Chess friends, today I will show you a brilliant game of world champion Magnus Carlsen and Garry Kasparov. This game is very interesting, and I am here to teach you chess skills and strategy. In this game Carlsen sacrificed his knight, and there is two brilliant moves Carlsen played. I will cover them. Let's start the game without wasting any time. Magnus starts with e4. Garry played c5. Knight f3. Black have many lines. You can play knight c6, d6, e6, even g6. Garry shows play e6. You can d4, like this. Or c3, d4. Knight c3 is also available. Magnus played d4. C takes d4. Knight takes d4. a6. He wants to play b5, then bishop here. And a6 move plan is to prevent knight and bishop coming square. Knight c3. b5. Bishop d3. Knight c6. Bishop e3. Knight takes d4. Bishop takes d4. Knight e7. Garry wants to play knight c6, queen c7. And play like normally, castle. Magnus played castle. Knight c6. Bishop e3. Carlsen's plan is to play f4, a4. And black will do castle short. Therefore queen g4, he have very active bishops. e5, creating outpost for the knight. Knight is a very tactic piece. So, bishop e7. We have f4. He wants queen g4. Bishop e7. e5, opening up the diagonal for the bishop and creating outpost for the knight. He played castle. Knight e4. Knight b4. Targeting the bishop and the knight. Magnus played f5. You might think the knight and bishop can create problems for black, so why not bishop takes knight? But it's not so easy. Let me show the variation. Then bishop takes e4, targeting the rook. If rook moves away, then f6. Threatening to play queen h5, queen takes h7 mate. Let me show the variation, otherwise you will not understand my arrow lines. Bishop takes h7 check. King here, queen h5 check. Queen g4, threatening mate in 1. E takes f6. And it is mate in 2. Black will lose the game very easily. So, back to the position, if g takes f6 happen. Then queen h5, threatening mate in 1. f4, rook takes f4, sacrificing a rook. If takes, then takes, and how do you prevent checkmate? Chess friends, if you haven't subscribed my channel, then like and subscribe the channel to get more educational content from us. So, Garry played best move e takes f5. Rook takes f5. Rook c8. Magnus played knight f6, which is a brilliant move. You can't take the knight with pawn. Let's take a look of the move, then queen g4 check. King h8. Rook h5, threatening rook takes h5 mate. Knight takes d3. Queen h4. Threatening mate in 2. Bishop e4. Queen takes bishop. f5. Queen takes f5, and mate in unstoppable. Back to the current position, Garry played bishop takes f6. E takes f6. g6. Rook f2. Knight takes d3. Queen takes d3. Rook e8. c3. Bishop e4. Queen d2. Garry played d5, inaccuracy. Best move was rook e6. Anyway, bishop d4. Rook e6. a4. B takes a4. Rook takes a4. Queen f8, protecting that square from the queen. So, b4. King h8, mistake. Best move was to play h5. Bishop c5. Queen goes to g8 square to protect the g7 square from the queen. Magnus played h4. Rook 8 c6, but best move was h5, Garry missed it. Bishop d4. We have queen f8. Rook a5. Rook e8. Rook f1. Queen d6. Queen g5. You should play queen f8, protecting that square from the queen. Magnus have very good asset, his f-pawn. Dark square bishop, black have dark square weaknesses, rook have open f-file. h5, and so on. Rook g8 by Garry, but it's not the right way to protect that square. Magnus get an advantage, rook fa1, pressuring the pawn. b5, pawn takes, getting the 7th rank by open up the file. Where he can build rook battery on 7 rank. If Magnus successfully build the rook battery, then it will be devastating for the black's king. So, he played queen e6. b5. Takes b5. Rook a7. Threatening to play rook e7, then rook takes f7. Push the pawn, and it's a check. Garry played b4. Rook e7 by Carlsen. In this position best move is b3, sacrificing the queen. If b3, then rook takes e6. Rook takes rook. Queen h6, critical move. White wants rook a8, you can't take the rook, because of this. If rook e8. Then rook takes e8. Again rook takes rook is not possible, because of this. So, rook 6 e8. Rook a7. If you push the pawn. Then threatening mate in one move, queen takes h7. Black have no hope there. So, Garry played rook a6. Rook takes e6. Rook takes a1 check. King h2. You can't take the rook, f7, it's a check. Rook here. And it will be mate. So, b3. Queen h6. Rook a8. Rook e7, threatening the pawn and checkmate with queen. So, rook e7. Rook b7. Bishop f5. Bishop c5. Rook c8. Rook takes f7, threatening mate in one. So, g5. Bishop f8, great move. You can't take the bishop because of this. Threatening rook takes rook, then queen g7 mate. If rook takes f8, then queen g7 will be checkmate. So, g takes h4. Bishop g7 check. Rook takes g7. Queen takes g7, checkmate. Wish you all the best. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more. Bye bye. Take care. See you in my next video.